Hi, it's Danielle Damianov with EWM Realty. Thank you so much for watching my video blog. So today we are going to talk about some commonly asked questions, and I have a great attorney here with me that we're going to discuss some questions on estate planning. It's Danielle Damianov again. Thanks for watching my video blog. So I am here today with Elise Rodriguez with Lifelong Law. And Elise, why don't you tell everybody what you do, what type of law you practice?
I practice mostly estate planning. We do some probate work and some guardianship work, which kind of comes with estate planning, but the majority of what we do is estate planning. And what that means is that we help families plan for the future, and we help them plan for the kinds of contingencies that can happen in life, whether they be death or incompetency or something happens with a minor child. So that's what we kind of help families plan for in the future, and make sure that everybody's as prepared as possible.
Okay, excellent. So I know that there's a lot of misconceptions around estate planning,
Yes.
and a lot of times people think it's just for the rich. So can you tell us why an estate plan is beneficial for everybody and who can benefit from an estate plan?
Sure. One of the biggest misconceptions out there is the fact that estate planning is only for people who are wealthy or well off. And I hear it all the time. My clients are constantly telling me in the beginning, they're saying, well, I don't have anything. What am I going to plan for? So I always say that estate planning is not just about your assets. An estate plan generally is a comprehensive estate plan which brings several documents with it. It can either be a will or a trust, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a second. It includes healthcare directives, which basically lay out what you would want in the case of a medical emergency. Who is going to be the person to make medical decisions on your behalf if you cannot? Who can talk to your doctors on your behalf? What kinds of decisions do you want put on paper? Do you want to pull the plug after a certain amount of time? Do you want to wait a certain period of time before you pull the plug? Or what is it that you want? And making those decisions in advance is so important, because then you don't have to burden your family to making decisions in an emergency basis.
I understand, and I'm sure it's a lot of people don't like to think about that, but
it's terrible, yeah.
But it's necessary,
yeah.
So you mentioned will and trust. What are the differences between a will and a trust?
Sure. Okay, this is a very important distinction, because people think that they can avoid probate, which is the court process when someone passes away. People think they can avoid it with a will. And a will actually must be probated. The only thing you do with a will is you state who is going to be your personal representative and where are your assets going to go. If you have minor children, you can also nominate guardians for your children. But that's where a will ends. Okay. A will ends right when you are done with the probate case, right?
Okay.
So we've distributed money out. With a will, let's say, for example, I have a $1 million life insurance policy. That policy will be distributed, let's say if it's to my minor children, and they'll be distributed to my children. It goes into their pockets when they turn 18. And from there, the probate process is over. The will has done its job, right?
Okay.
A trust, on the other hand, is a tool that allows you to put your assets and put your bequests, you can say, into a vehicle. It's almost like a little treasure chest. And then that treasure chest exists for as long as you put in your trust. So let's say I want my child to receive a third of this life insurance policy when my child turns 25. Then the other third when my child turns 30. Then the other third when my child turns 35, excuse me.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more control in the sense that you can say how and when your beneficiaries will receive the monies. And also it protects your children from their bankruptcies and their divorces, because technically the children will never own those assets. Rather than with a will, the children will receive those assets outright at whatever point in time, and then from then on, it's up to them to make sure that that money's taken care of.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So once you get your will or your trust in place, how often should you get that reviewed?
Great question. I always say that you want to get your will reviewed or your estate plan reviewed after every big life change. So having a baby, a child going off to college, a spouse passing away, a parent passing away. Big life changes are always good times to take a look at the estate plan, but at the very minimum, I advise my clients to come back in and let us review their plan at least every 3 years.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being
You're
with
very
us
welcome.
today.
Thank you for
If you
having
have any questions on estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, or even real estate, give Elise Rodriguez a call. Her number is at the bottom of this video blog. And once again, thank you so much for watching and make it a great day.